Hey, summer's really here, right? Memorial Day's behind us. You want to do something on the weekend. I know I do. I want to get out. I want to do something. Go to Parks Casino. There's no better time to get to the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, Parks Casino. They've got it all. Action, excitement, lots of entertainment, good grub. The sports book, 3,200 state-of-the-art slots, 115 table games. Watching those games on a 156-foot video screen is fun. We talked about the Queen catalog. Coincidentally, the Queen Tribute Act, Almost Queen, is coming to Parks Casino. So too Indigo Girls, Third Eye Blind, Wallflowers, and Wayne Newton. I mean, lots of fun stuff going on. Go to Parks Casino. Maybe you've never been there before. For tickets and a complete list of upcoming shows, visit Parks, PARXcasino.com. You're going to love it. Parks Casino and Sportsbook. This is how you win. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Time now for the headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. A little self-indulgent. There are great links in the newsletter today. The self-indulgent part is that I went with something offbeat and a year old.
I must say, I was like, what's going on here?
I don't know why this gripped me.
Gripped you.
The rise and fall of the Jersey Seagull.
Okay.
First of all, there's no such thing, I learned in reading this, as a seagull. This is written by Adam Clark for NJ.com.
What are you talking about?
The ornithologists say that's not what you should be calling them. Laughing gull.
What?
Is what most of them call them. And I know this is like foreign to you, and I just have to explain to people who are nationwide and not in our area. If you grow up in the Philadelphia area, in the summer, you go down the shore. And that's how we say it. Down the shore to the Jersey Shore. Now, you've got the North Jersey beach communities. That's what Springsteen sings and writes about. That's Asbury Park. If you're in the Philly area, you go to South Jersey.
Oh.
And the way that it works is that wherever you went as a kid, you end up returning with your own if you have them.
Got it.
Like you have an allegiance to a shore town. And I certainly do. Like my town is Ocean City. And I don't get there as often as I would like to go there. I did several live broadcasts from Ocean City in the old days. Were you there for any of those?
Yes.
On the boardwalk.
On the boardwalk. Not only did we do that, we did a book club with Jennifer Weiner one time down there.
Yeah.
And we also used to broadcast every Memorial Day from the Frank S. Farley Toll Plaza.
Oh my God! I forgot that.
If you'll recall.
And the radio station would pay the tolls for like an hour.
Yes.
I totally forgot.
How could you forget that? Come on, Michael.
Had no recollection of that.
Yeah. So I remember that.
I remember being at the Portical Hotel on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And Mayor Ed Rendell jogged by. Hey, Mayor!
Yeah.
And that was it.
I was there. I was there for that. Yeah. So, yes, we did used to. And so, therefore, I have been down the shore. I believe I was a shoebie. Is that the correct?
Day tripper.
Day tripper.
Do you know why it's called a shoebie?
Because they used to bring their people used to bring their belongings in a shoebox
for
the day.
Lunch in a shoebox.
Lunch in a shoebox.
Yeah.
So I've done that to Avalon, and I've also visited friends in LBI,
Nice.
Long Beach Island.
Every community has like a different has a different vibe, a different feel, and a different sort of complexion because and it's less this now. But, you know, the Irish used to go to Longport.
Right.
And people who were Jewish would go to Margate. And those who are WASPs and evangelicals would go to Ocean
was
City.
it like a religious thing?
I guess it was back in the day.
Yeah,
I guess it was. But you know, people tend to hang with...
All right. So tell me about the seagulls, laughing gulls,
the
whatever
headline,
I'm supposed to call them.
The headline for the YouTube thumbnail was Eat, Breed, Survive.
I mean, is it
because that's what they existed.
Out there?
But the thing is, to relate to your Shuby comment, it's fun to eat on the beach. Like, it's fun to eat a cheesesteak on the beach. A little sand gets in. It's okay.
Is that fun? Really?
Yeah, it is.
Sandy
I'm sure this, TC, I'm sure this is much too pedestrian for you and the Cape.
I love the sand.
But this is the
beach.
And I admit, when
I like the osprey.
I admit, when I go to the Jersey shore, when I go to Ocean City, every year, like the first time I arrive, I look around and I'm like, this is a little honky-tonkish. Was I really into this? And then an hour later, I'm like, totally I'm getting
involved.
Johnson's popcorn and Mac and Manco's pizza and Bob's lemonade.
Wait, I really like Johnson's
Core
popcorn.
Brothers for ice cream.
Yes, I love Johnson's popcorn. And they give it to you in the tub, and it's overflowing, so you can eat it as you're walking down the
You feel like
thing.
a tub when you're finished eating it.
Now.
The first thing to know about the seagulls, there's no such thing as a seagull.
Here we go.
Earth is host to a bajillion different kind of gulls, says an ornithologist they consulted. Gray gulls, silver gulls, sooty gulls. There's even a Bonaparte's gull named after Napoleon's ornithologist nephew. But the seagull is a term, for lazy people.
Oh.
Says Joseph Reynolds, president of the environmental nonprofit Save Coastal Wildlife. If you really want to know, there are 3 different types of gulls at the Jersey Shore. Nobody really says endangered, but their numbers are dwindling. That'll probably bring some glee to beachgoers because they swoop in and they eat your food out of your shoebox. They eat my cheesesteak. That's the point. Everybody has a story about the seagulls swooping down.
They're not afraid of humans at all. They just come right next to you.
Everyone has a story.
Right next to you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, they're brazen. Everyone has a story. The stolen potato chip, the poached pizza, the Cheeto that got away. If you visit the Jersey Shore in the summer, you're stepping into an enemy's arena with 2 choices. Don't eat or prepare to defend yourself against an opponent who is fearless, shameless, and doesn't give a crap whether or not you have lunch.
So did this just bring back so many memories for you, and therefore you were
people
very
eating on the
about
beach,
it?
Seagulls flying around? And the other thing that happens is the kids all, I'm gonna feed the seagull.
Oh, no.
The parents are like, no, because then all of a sudden they all descend.
Right, they're no dummies.
Poop on your beach towel. Ooh.
Oh,
Reminder.
Speaking of which,
reminder: if a seagull poops on your beach towel or not,
you might need a new one.
You might need a new one. And ours are incredibly cheap, and they're now for sale on the Smerch page, along with a Frisbee. You can get a beach towel and a Frisbee take me with you.
It is summer fun right now at Smerconish.com. Just go to the Smerch page, top right, and you can get a towel, a purple towel.
You can take that to the Cape.
It's phenomenal.
You can take that.
I ordered 2. What are you kidding me?
Dust off that derriere with my noggin on the Cape.
Seriously, that is what you're saying?
I must say I had to tell Alice to clean up the newsletter. Let's not go with the model pick.
You mean the nude letter?
Right, not in the nude letter today. Let's just go with the image of the towel itself.
Really?
If you want to see the other image, then go to the website. Final thing about the seagulls.
About whether or not the model on Smerconish.com is actually wearing a bathing suit.
Meaning is it like AI driven? I don't know the answer to that.
We don't know what the
Humans are the ones bringing food to the beach, feeding seagulls, leaving garbage strewn across shore towns. If you want a villain, look in the mirror. It's not their fault. It's our fault for eating on the beach. So fun story. If you're a Jersey Shore person, go enjoy. Poll results yesterday, 23,034 votes cast. What most drives the war on pride? Concerns over the sexualization of children. That's the Ron DeSantis answer. Fear of indoctrination or outright bigotry. 68.76% said bigotry. Concerns over the sexualization of children, 17.24%. Fear of indoctrination, 14%. Love today's poll question. Yesterday, it was in the top 3 stories at Smerconish.com. Does AI pose an existential threat? On Tuesday, hundreds of AI scientists, researchers, and others, including OpenAI Chief Executive Sam Altman and Google DeepMind Chief Executive Demis Hassabis, again voiced deep concern for the future of humanity. They signed a 1-sentence note, quote, mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. That's why I'm asking today that question.
Holy moly.
You know what else, TC? Something interesting, and this is posted at Smerconish.com today. The newsletter looks great today. I'm really proud of the links.
Yeah, particularly good.
Some days are better than others. Today got a lot of material to work with.
Right.
AI threatened jobs, mostly held by women.
Explain that. I don't understand. Why?
So they say that...
I wonder if it's is it the creative field? Because AI seems to me to be sort of on the creative side.
So they identify in this study by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Mm-hmm. That sounds an authority,
I
right?
believe them. Sure.
They then identified the gender breakdown of the jobs and found that many of them are generally held by women, such as bill and account collectors, payroll clerks, executive secretaries. So there are more, but they say when you actually look at profession by profession, automation, paralegal is another one. Hey,
radio producer.
Not yet. Not yet. You shall leave when I tell you.
Oh, shoot.
You know how I was talking to Danny Savalos about the AI written legal opinions,
Male and
cited
female
by
lawyers. You're okay. You're fine for now.
So Danny sent to me. I said to him, Danny, can you send to me some of the bogus legal opinions? I just want to see like how warped.
And
okay, so he did. He sent me one of the cases. Plaintiff Nazir Shaboon, Danny made reference to this case, filed this action in the Circuit Court of Cook County.
Wait, is this completely...
This is total
false?
bullshit.
Okay.
Total BS.
Total BS.
And I wanted to see, what does it actually look like, and would I be fooled by this as an attorney?
Okay.
Plaintiff Nazir, I might think it was just a sloppily written, like a legal clerk did it. Plaintiff Nazir Shaboon filed this action in the Circuit Court of Cook County alleging that defendant Egypt Air, a foreign corporation, wrongfully denied him the use of an exit row seat on one of its flights. The Circuit Court granted defendant's motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction, finding that the complaint failed to state a claim under the Montreal Convention and that the defendant was entitled to sovereign immunity. On appeal, plaintiff contends that the Circuit Court erred in dismissing the complaint for lack of subject matter jurisdiction. For the reasons that follow, we affirm. Okay, very much sounding like a garden variety legal opinion.
Right.
It's more the way that that it looks.
Right. That's what Danny just said. That was something about like, he mentioned the font that was used.
I want to tell you something.
Like it was
else.
sort of like a cut and paste from a normal font.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is the tell. That is the tell. Okay, I want to tell you something else.
Okay.
So
wow, there's more.
Just sticking with the AI theme for a moment, if I may. I got to look at my notes here.
Yeah, you're finding
it. One of the stories in the crime blotter at Smerconish.com today has to do with the Manson follower, Leslie Van Houten, one step being closer now to release from prison. And I'm reading the coverage, and the coverage doesn't tell me. This is in the Tate LaBianca murders, okay? I want to know, what exactly did Leslie Van Houten do? And I went to two different stories that made reference to her participation in the LaBianca murders, which preceded by a day the Sharon Tate murders. But I didn't have the answer.
Okay.
So I went to Chat GPT before airtime today. And I said, what exactly did Leslie Van Houten do in the so-called Manson murders? Leslie Van Houten was a member of the Manson family, a cult led by Charles Manson in the late 60s. On August 10, 1969, she participated in the infamous Tate LaBianca murders, which were a series of brutal killings orchestrated by Charles Manson. On that night, Manson ordered his followers to go to the home of actress Sharon Tate, who was 8 months pregnant, and murder everyone present. Van Houten, along with Charles Tex Watson and Patricia Krenwinkel, went to the Tate residence and entered the property. Inside the house, Van Houten participated in the murder of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca, a couple who lived nearby. Okay, well, wait a minute, chat. You're starting to conflate the two. These were separate instances carried out close in time, okay? But they initially have her going to the Sharon Tate home and then talking about LaBianca. It's a little sloppy. Mm-hmm. Is my point.
Okay.
Now, specifically, it says with regard to the LaBianca murders, Krenwinkel held Rosemary LaBianca down. Van Houten stabbed her multiple times. She also used a pillowcase to tie up Leno LaBianca before stabbing him as well.
Oof.
What am I saying? I'm saying I take it with a grain of salt. Like I like to go there and get started sometimes with research, but this legal case has me all shook up, and I'm not relying on anything the ChatGPT told me because I don't know for sure whether they've dotted the I's and crossed the T's.
And for the record, she's had 21 parole hearings.
Yeah. Correct.
I thought that was also a really interesting part of it.
Correct.
Right.
By the way, on Monday, TC, I will get into with our Monday.
I can't believe that.
Is the 55th anniversary of Robert F. Kennedy's assassination. And RFK Jr. will be my guest in the third hour of the Monday program. And given that it's the anniversary, and I would have anyway, I'm going to talk about the assassination of his father. More headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. I love this one. So you know the song Bohemian Rhapsody.
Of course. I could not believe this.
apparently Freddie Mercury at one point contemplated naming the song Mongolian Rhapsody, and there are notes to prove it that are now being auctioned off by Sotheby's. They expect that the notes associated, by the way, written on the stationery of a defunct airline. You see
so
him.
they were on the plane, you think, making notes, or took it from the plane?
I'm looking at Mongolian Rhapsody, Mongolian crossed out, Bohemian written above it, and then underlined with some doodling. Nothing really matters to me. Boop, 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 boop. Anyway, Freddie Mercury possessions are being sold off by Sotheby's, and the 15 pages of drafts for Bohemian Rhapsody are arguably the biggest item that are going to be sold.
Had it been named Mongolian Rhapsody, would it be as popular?
I have a dopey question. Wait, I'll ask ChatGPT.
Oh, no.
Do the words Bohemian Rhapsody even appear in the song Bohemian Rhapsody?
Not that I know of. I'm looking too.
Do you want to know what chat says? Do the words Bohemian
Okay, I found out before
Rhapsody actually appear in the... Well, I'm limited by my ability to type. Yes, the words Bohemian Rhapsody do appear in the song of the same name by the British rock band Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody, blah, blah. The phrase Bohemian Rhapsody is repeated several times throughout the song, including in the opening lines of the lyrics. Is this the real life or is this just fantasy?
Okay, I actually don't see it in the lyrics. So I don't know if they're right or not, but maybe they sing it in the background. But in the actual lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody, it's the title, but the words Bohemian Rhapsody do not appear in the lyrics.
But this is amazing. Wait a minute. I'm asking Chat. Chat is getting this wrong. Okay. I apologize for the confusion of my previous response. The phrase Bohemian Rhapsody does not actually appear.
TC1, ChatGPT 0. Thank you.
Okay, but I'm telling you, this is like a major...
I get it.
This is a great real-time example.
Do not trust.
The first answer was, yes, the words Bohemian Rhapsody do appear in the song. It's repeated several times throughout the song.
It's not.
Wait, I'm going to say you screwed up. You really
here we go.
Screwed up.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
Chat GPT.
Wow. Oh, boy. What do they say back to that?
I apologize for the incorrect information provided in my previous response. You're correct. The words Bohemian Rhapsody do not appear. Do you realize I am doing a live radio show and you almost embarrassed me?
Don't worry, I got you.
I sincerely apologize for the mistake in my previous... I understand the importance of accurate information, especially during a live radio show. I'm here to assist you and I apologize. Now get off my back.
It does not say that.
It does not say that.
Okay.
That's really wild.
That's wild.
I'm so glad we did that.
That's wild.
What an illustration.
Yeah. That is truly, truly wild.
Chat, that is, and TC, that is an easy one.
That's an easy one.
That's an easy one.
I'm looking at the lyrics.
You know, somewhere in there, here are the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody.
It took me 2
seconds. Do the words actually appear or not?
Yeah, that's weird. That's very strange. Wow.
Yeah. Commencement season.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor. Go on my Facebook page and take a look at Admiral McRaven's Make Your Bed, University of Texas.
The best.
Commencement address. Yeah, one of the all-time greatest commencement addresses. Now, in New York...
I can hear him saying that right now. That's how much that
and he's in all of his splendor and regalia and looks great. And
Yep.
In New York, on the other hand, the silence is deafening as the vast majority of CUNY, C-U-N-Y, Board of Trustees refused to weigh in as outrage over a law school graduate's now notorious hate-filled commencement continued to mount. Just 5 of the board members have publicly denounced the law school graduate. She blasted the NYPD as fascist, accused Israel of indiscriminately murdering Palestinians, sparking widespread condemnation and calls for the public university to be stripped of its taxpayer status. So you want to know what she said? I chose this law school for its articulated mission to recognize that the law is a manifestation of white supremacy that continues to oppress and suppress people in this nation. You can imagine like you're sitting there, your son or your daughter is graduating,
like,
you're all proud.
Wait, like this, like what does she say?
The joy and excitement that fills this auditorium,
Okay.
may it be the fuel for the fight against capitalism,
Oh dear.
racism,
Okay.
imperialism, and Zionism around the world.
Oh dear.
Systems of oppression created to feed an empire with a ravenous appetite. Yada yada yada.
Hey, you know how they usually do submit the script or the what they're going to say before they say it?
Yeah.
She probably didn't do that.
Definitely did not. Definitely did not. I don't know why people always think like it's their moment to steal the spotlight from
That's a good
from
way
graduates
of saying
who are there to celebrate with their families.
That's a good way of saying it.
So, okay, like and subscribe.
Like and
Hey,
subscribe.
TC After Dark.
TC After Dark.
TC After Dark.
Food Story 15 today.
Food Story 15. Give TC some play on TC After Dark.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe for YouTube. Dr. Maz in my stead. I'm going to Texas for dinner tonight. Then I'll be back. See ya.